podcast, episode 18. I'm Bishan Gill. On the other side, I got my brother, Harry.
Thanks, Bish. We are back, and I always say that, and we go on hiatus, and we come back, but this one is going to be much better because now we're on the same coast, same time zone.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for taking that little break. I know you guys missed us, or you didn't, or you forgot about us, but hopefully not. And yeah, we're back, and hopefully we'll be producing a lot of episodes this year, rest of the year. Maybe multiple episodes. I think the plan is to actually shoot some, live programming, right, Bish?
Yeah, that would be quite ideal, I think. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Everybody grab your brews. Cheers, everybody.
Bruise.
Let's get this thing going.
Yep. What's the first topic on the slate?
Man, the best game of the weekend in the NFL.
Insane game.
This thing was pretty crazy. I mean, I think our viewers out there probably already know what we're about to talk about, but Ravens-Bills, man, the tale of two MVPs, the past two MVPs.
Instant classic game. Derrick Henry, wow. Just wow. Guy won the game and lost the game. How do you do that? Well, you make your fantasy holders really happy, right? But the Baltimore Ravens fans, well, I mean, you fumbled the game at the end of the game, right? So
yeah, personally, I don't think Derrick Henry lost the game. I understand you see, a fumble happen like that late in the game. It was a 15-point lead at one point in the fourth quarter. So some of this onus has to go on the defense, and some of it you just have to give it to the Bills. Josh Allen, a fireball product right here, jumps, hopping to skip away from Fresno. Just an amazing quarterback. I don't think there's a better quarterback in the NFL other than Josh Allen. I say, other than losing, I don't think Derrick Henry lost the game. I think Josh Allen went and won the game. It's something that he had to do that he hasn't done in years past.
Did he? Sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but you saw that pass, right, on 4th and 2?
The one
that was deflected, and Keon Coleman made a play on the ball. Wasn't necessarily him.
The football gods are smiling down, man. I mean, look, this is the last year in Highmark Stadium for the Buffalo Bills. We all know the history there. Them losing four Super Bowls consecutively, winning 4 AFC championships in that stadium. So I think the football gods may be trying to make it right in the last year at Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, perhaps. But, if Keon Coleman doesn't catch that ball, we're talking about the Ravens, and we're talking about Lamar Jackson being the best quarterback in the league still.
Well, one thing that I'll add, is you can't win and lose a season in week one.
Yep.
So, we're talking about week one here, guys. Don't blow this thing out of proportion. It was two great teams that I cannot wait to see these guys in the playoffs. I think it's just going to be a phenomenal year. It's like a foreshadowing of what's to come.
Yeah. I'm really trying to get inside Harbaugh's head. He has the ball. It's 4th down. It's 4th and short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have a perennial MVP in Lamar Jackson, who's won consecutive years. He's been arguably the best quarterback, right? Josh Allen, of course, won it last year, but you have an opportunity to take your offense, put them out there, go for the win, go for the jugular.
Of course.
Instead, you have more faith in your defense. This is what it's telling me. You have more faith in your defense to get this done.
Yeah.
What do you do? What would you? I personally would have went for it if I had Lamar Jackson.
There's a couple of things that I would say here. John Harbaugh is, his previous position as a coordinator was a special teams guy. Special teams isn't just field goal kicking. It's mostly, defending, right? It's defending kicks. It's defending punts. So he's a defensive-minded coach, right? What do we think about when we think about the Baltimore Ravens? We think about a defense. We think about a 46. We think about the guys that, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, they won't give you an inch, right? Those types of guys, right? he has one of, if not the best quarterback in the NFL. That being said, where are all these analytics guys? These guys that say, oh, you got to go for it on 4th and 3. The analytics say we have to do it. Come on, man. It's the end of the game. It's the first week of the season. If you're not going to do it, what are you doing on that sideline?
Yeah.
Come on. This is the time to do it. It's the first week. If you're not going to take a chance now, I can see you doing that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I can see you doing it if you're fighting for a playoff seed later in the season. That's okay. But week 1, come on, put your pedal on the gas pedal. Come on, let's your foot on the gas pedal.
Do you know what's baffling to me? The Buffalo Bills ended up scoring 22 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
22 points to the Ravens 6. Your defense in total allowed 41 points. And you had faith in them to close out the game? I think that's one of the dumbest moves I've ever seen.
It's a big misstep. It's a huge misstep. It's a lost opportunity. It's a position loss by the Baltimore Ravens. Let's say, later in the season they do go to records. First, it's going to go to your divisional record. Second, it'll go to your head-to-head, right? And that Buffalo has that on lock now. You're not going to see them for the rest of the season, barring the playoffs. Yep. You let one slip out of your hands. The fans weren't even in the stands anymore. Half the stadium took off. All you had to do was get that first down, punting the ball away. It's just unexcusable. But
yeah. I mean, you look at Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. They go for it more than anyone on fourth down. I've learned something from them. You have an MVP. You have one of the best running backs in the league. It's 4th and short. Put the ball in Lamar's hands and see what he can do. He can probably, if he can't get the, passing, he's going to get it running. He's going to figure out a way. I mean, and then back to Josh Allen. And I mean, I think at this point, and I love your take on this, he's really established himself as not just the best quarterback in the league, but the best player in the league, the most important player.
So let me ask you this:
most valuable
player. How do you define a great player? What would your definition of a great player be?
Winning.
Okay, that's right. You're on par there. A great player, in my eyes, is the one who wants the ball at the end of a game, who wants to show that this is it. I got this. The Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the guys, the Joe Montanas, right? The guys that drive the ball down the field, the guys that go down court, that hit the last shot, that take their team to the promised land. Yep. If you're going to put it on your defense, you're telling me you don't have confidence in your quarterback. In Lamar Jackson, you should have the utmost confidence in that guy because 100%. That guy is unbelievable from the day he started at Louisville to now, where he's a quarterback in the NFL, a 2-time MVP. I mean, there's nobody better.
No, just Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's what have you done for me lately?
Absolutely,
right?
That's what type of league it is.
You are only as good as your last game. So, sorry.
Yeah, it's week 1, everything goes everyone's way. Not to, even fantasy, I lost in 2 leagues, 1-1. I'm not going to go and just release a bunch of my players, right? And see, I'm going to wait and see what happens, right? So I think...
Speaking of,
you got a lot of players that didn't play during in preseason, so there's going to be rust there.
So Nick Saban said something that the former coach of Alabama, great college head coach and one of the best of all time, that really stuck with me. He said, "You will make the biggest leap in your season from week 1 to week 2, because week 1 shows you what you have and what you don't have. So that's where you can make your biggest improvement. And I guarantee you, Baltimore's going to come out this week with their hair on fire, and they are going to shut it down. All this noise, everybody talking about they can't do it. Harbaugh is not that guy. Lamar can't, they don't want to put it in his hands. I guarantee you this week they're going to put up. So
let's see. We'll put up or shut up. because that's where they're at. I mean, I think it's almost a must-win game for them, just for their confidence.
There's another team, the same thing, right? I mean, let's go over to the Lions and Packers.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my, this is brutal.
what were your
Like
thoughts on that game?
I mean, didn't see it coming. That's for sure. No one saw it coming. Yeah, okay, look, sure, they lost their offensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Johnson. They lost their defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn. And yeah, you see the score at the end because I didn't watch the game, right? I just saw some highlights afterwards.
Yeah. Well, there was no highlights to be seen. I mean, what were you going to
true.
see? It was
I
all
mean,
Green Bay.
I'll have Laporta in one league, so I was like curious to see how he did, and then come to find out, I think I saw a stat. The Packers allowed less than 50 yards rushing to the Lions, who have Gibbs, who have Montgomery, have been one of the best rushing teams in the league.
How many? Ask a bunch of fantasy owners about that one, huh? How do they feel
Man.
about the Lions' rushing attack?
Yeah. No, I mean, I would not be happy right now if I was Dan Campbell and the team. And it's really weird. I mean, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. I mean, I know Packers are going to be good, Micah Parsons, but like this is his first game. He hadn't really played any in preseason. Didn't really have a full training camp even with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
But the Packers look good. They look really good. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
It's very tough to find a place on the Packers that you see a weakness.
Yeah. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you think the Lions leadership management feel that they should have moved on Ben Johnson and removed Dan Campbell?
No, I don't think so, because Dan Campbell is the one that created the culture there. Dan Campbell is the one that brought in Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, right? He's the one that saw their potentials. So you want a coach that's leading from the top, right? Ben Johnson, he's a coordinator. That's what he is. He's the first-time head coach with the Bears now. And, you saw what happened in that game. And, we can touch on that as well if you'd like. But Dan Campbell is the guy that you want leading your franchise. If you asked, 100 people, week 16 of last year, if you could have one head coach in the NFL, who would you want to have as your guy? I'd say over 50% of them would have given you Dan Campbell. That so much can't change with just a week one performance. That's where I'm thinking, like, we're blowing this thing out of proportion. I've seen some of these guys that come up on ESPN, Stephen A, and all these guys just cracking the whip, man. It's not. It's week one. Take it easy, man. Take it easy, right? So let's not blow this thing out of proportion. The Green Bay had their first opening day in the NFL since 2018. That's 8 years. Those cheeseheads were just itching for this, right? The weather was amazing in Green Bay. It wasn't cold as heck, right? The sun was out. They had Micah Parsons, probably the biggest trade they've ever made since Reggie White.
Crazy trade.
Like, it's unbelievable, man. So, it's everything that could go right for Green Bay did, and everything that could go wrong for Detroit did.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johnson did lose week one with the Bears, which was a bit of a surprise given if you did watch that game. They were leading at the half, and J.J. McCarthy looked like a bust, right? Like, he looked like Jamarcus Russell. And actually, I tweeted from the our Golden Bruise account, J.J. McCarthy ... and then this gif of Jamarcus Russell at halftime. Partially because I was annoyed because I also have him in my two quarterback league. I played JJ McCarthy, and actually now, obviously, he watched the second half and played really well, and he actually outplayed Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, first pick, supposed to be a generational quarterback, supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes. Week one's finished. I really want to know, from your perspective, is Caleb Williams better than JJ McCarthy, or is JJ McCarthy better than Caleb Williams? Who do you want as your franchise quarterback just after that game?
I've seen a whole year of Caleb Williams. I saw Caleb Williams play at two different universities in college. Yeah, he played, amazing, but he played in a system that's calls for big time numbers. It's an air raid system. The systems that you run in the NFL, they're with men, not boys. Okay, you cannot have an air raid system in the NFL. It's not going to work. Uh, Caleb Williams' transition from college to the pros, we're 1 year in, and we didn't see anything from him. Yes, they changed coaches, changed coordinators, all of the above, and now he's got more weapons. He's got an offensive line. This
Big
is
guys up front. Really good offensive line.
This is another, rookie season, for the lack of a better phrase, for Caleb Williams as well. So I think the true barometer would be seeing week 18 in the NFL this year, whose record's better. And the best thing about it is these two guys are in the same division. So you're going to see them going at it once again.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. We're talking about the North, the NFC North. We talked about Detroit and Packers. We've talked about Chicago and the Minnesota. Is this the best division in the NFC or in the NFL?
That's a great question. Well, last year it was.
It was.
I think jury's still out when it comes to this year. We'll see. I mean,
if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 3 teams with 13 plus wins.
I think you have to say, if you had to guess or place a bet on it, I would still say the NFC North is.
Yeah.
I want to say, I mean, it's been the NFC East or the NFC West for a while now, but I think the NFC North has that crown. You're right.
I mean, we just talked about it just because it just came up, I mean,
yeah. I mean, it depends. Let's see how Jackson Dart plays when he gets that opportunity with the Giants.
I think Famous Jameis should get an opportunity.
Famous Jameis.
Let's go, baby.
Who knows? With the way the NFL is nowadays, I mean, quarterbacks are always getting injured. The first string, second string.
True.
Famous Jameis, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually starts a couple games this year. But one quarterback I do want to discuss, and the first game of the season, Super Bowl winner, Jalen Hurts, absolutely controlled that game against the Cowboys. Won with his arm, won with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Now also has a Super Bowl title under his belt. Is this guy elite? Is he on that, round table with Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes?
This was a very interesting game. I felt going into it, the Cowboys were done.
Yeah.
I saw those memes after they traded Parsons that eliminated. I'm like, they haven't even played a game yet. Eliminated. So I was laughing, right? And like most of the other 31 teams in the NFL, you were laughing out loud.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Right? And they surprised the heck out of me. Honestly.
Dak Prescott, yeah.
They came in to a hostile environment. You lived in Philadelphia, right? Or adjacent. You know what those fans are like. They are.
So you're saying that the Cowboys surprised you?
Yeah, the Cowboys surprised me. Going into a hostile environment like that, seeing a banner unveiled of, a Super Bowl, which they haven't sniffed in 30 odd years. They haven't even sniffed a championship game in that long, which is unbelievable.
Yeah,
right?
I started that documentary on Netflix, the Jerry Jones Cowboys documentary. I mean, wow, it's been.
Yeah,
I mean, that's crazy. When's the last time was it a divisional or the championship game that they haven't been in?
They haven't been in a championship game. They've been in divisional
for 2 decades now, right?
49ers being in a divisional.
Is it 20? It's 20 plus years. Am I right? 30 plus? Wow. 30. That's insane.
Yeah, it's been 30 years.
I mean, Jerry Jones just needs to get a GM.
So, listen, hear me out here, though. What I wanted to get to with the Cowboys. So, the Cowboys went into a very, very difficult place to play. They're unveiling their Super Bowl banner.
Yep.
The Cowboys fans are berating Jerry Jones, telling him he's doing a great job. He's doing a phenomenal job. And the Cowboys, they kept in it. Be as it may, Jalen Carter decided to spit on Dak Prescott, possibly in a rebuttal spit. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the Cowboys came out. They took what was given to them. They played their butt off. But getting back to it, Jalen Hurts, man, that guy did it in so many different ways. He did it on the ground. He did it in the air. He just did the tush push. I mean, he did everything. So,
Apart from throw the ball to AJ.
well, I saw a statistic about that. AJ had the worst separation, I think, in history of wide receivers in a full game. I think it
Yeah.
was like 1.7% separation or something
Yeah.
like that. So maybe he was just too comfortable driving in his brand new Rolls Royce Cullinan. I'm not sure. Maybe he should stick to the Honda Accord that he was driving previously, because that did take him to the Super Bowl. But it was Jalen Hurts' day. He won the Super Bowl for them. He won this game for them. Dak Prescott played in a really great game. I think CeeDee Lamb dropped a few balls that could have changed the trajectory of this game. What do you think?
Yeah. But you didn't answer my question on Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, I think he is, because he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Those guys aren't. I mean, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen haven't even won a Super Bowl.
So where do
yet.
you rank him? Where do you rank him? Do you put him right under Mahomes then? Is he number 2?
So this is how I right now, yeah, you have to, because it's all about winning, right? It's all about winning titles. If you don't have a Super Bowl, just because Jim Kelly went to 4 Super Bowls, does that mean he's a top 5 quarterback? No, he's not even a top 10 quarterback of all time, right? There's quarterbacks out there that have only won 1 Super Bowl, but they're in the top 10, right? Steve Young, he won 1 Super Bowl. He's a top 10 quarterback of all time. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So if you're not winning, you're irrelevant. So Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, this message is for you guys. If you guys want to be in that tier, if you want to be with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, you have to put a Super Bowl on your resume.
The only problem for those guys is they have to go through each other. Jalen Hurts right now doesn't have to go through them. He has to go through guys like Goff, Purdy.
Well, Burrow's in the AFC too.
Jaden Daniels, second-year guy, right?
So let me ask you this then. So Josh Allen is yet to even play in a Super Bowl, right?
Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes has been
okay.
standing in front of that tunnel, like he's like, no, you're not the one going through.
You hit the nail on the head. But who went into Kansas City and beat Kansas City on his way to a Super Bowl? Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Is Joe Burrow a better quarterback on your Richter scale right now than Josh Allen? Would you rank him higher?
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson hasn't been to a Super Bowl either.
Well, yeah, you have to win it.
You have to win it, right? Just because you've gone, would you rank Joe Burrow higher than those 2 guys?
Okay, this is fun. Now, I kind of want to talk about the NFC now, and I want to get your take on this. So we have the AFC quarterbacks, right? And we know who those 4 are. They're always going to be there. And now that NFC is really just kind of wide open, there's no clear cut apart from Jalen Hurts, obviously, quarterback that, it could even break into that category, right? So I guess what I'm trying to ask you is, can you rank your top 4 or 5 in the NFC?
So it's pretty simple, I think. Jalen Hurts is clear cut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he has to be your number 1.
Okay.
But everybody else is a crapshoot. So by that, what I mean is, you got quarterbacks like Matthew Stafford, right, who's won a Super Bowl as well, yet he's injury prone. He's had these seasons, and he's older now, so his body's not working as well. You got Baker Mayfield out there who's been lighting the world on fire with some of his throws, but he has an amazing wide receiving core with like that guy has like 3 number 1 wide receivers on his team, which is unbelievable. But you got to get him the ball, so he's doing phenomenal. I mean, we're Homer guys, so we're going to talk about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, being Mr. Irrelevant to being, a top 5 highest paid quarterback of all time. So you got those guys.
I don't think, is he in the top 5 right now?
I
Highest paid quarterbacks?
I
I'm
would
not sure. But yeah, okay, so
so,
you got Purdy. So are you
and
naming these guys off? Are you saying Jalen
no,
Hurts, Stafford?
I'm putting all of these. Jalen Hurts is a clear cut 1. Okay, everybody else to me is 2 on. There's just 2s. They're all 2s. They're not.
Okay.
They're not 6s. They're not 7s. They're not 1. They're not definitely
So
not 1s.
your 2s, you have Purdy, you have
Look at
Stafford, you have. Do you put Jaden Daniels in there?
Jaden Daniels is definitely, he's probably a part of it, but you have you know you have guys like Jared Goff. Jaden Daniels is a second year quarterback. Okay, a second year quarterback. We could talk about RG3,
Second year quarterback that took his team to the championship game last year. Beat the Lions that had the best record.
But the conversation, where we started this conversation is the class of the AFC as opposed to the class of the NFC.
Right.
So the road is not paved with crazy things. It's easier route to the NFC Championship as opposed to the AFC Championship. You know that. Jaden Daniels took his team in year 1, which is great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But Dan Marino took his team to the Super Bowl in year 1, never got back. So
all right, let me ask you something. You got those 4 quarterbacks out in the AFC, right? All 4 of them know that they have to go through one another to get to the Super Bowl every year, pretty much, right? Yeah. Which one of those quarterbacks sees the NFC as being completely wide open?
They all do.
No. Trade me. I want to go to the NFC. If there any one of those quarterbacks, would they leave to join NFC team?
AFC guys.
Yep, the AFC guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
The best option would have been Lamar Jackson when he became a free agent. And I don't even know how that it was even possible. Right now, goodness me. I don't think Burrow ever leaves Cincinnati because that's his home, right? If Buffalo doesn't get it done, I could see Josh Allen taking his talents elsewhere.
How many more seasons does Josh need to lose before he's like, I want to go, like, trade me?
I'd say 3 seasons.
3 seasons. If he loses 3 more seasons,
I'd say he's got an additional 3 seasons because it's this is a big make or break year, right?
Josh Allen's 29. That will put him at 32. Yeah, 32 is still somewhat. I mean, he uses his legs a lot, right?
What was the age that Matthew Stafford was when he got out of Detroit?
That's a great question. Stafford.
I believe he was 32 as well. So while you're looking at that, I'll name a couple of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll name a couple of quarterbacks that I really want to see in the NFC to see what they're going to do. Jordan Love is a guy who I feel like he has everything, all the tools, all the physical abilities. He's got an amazing cast around him, from his wide receivers, tight ends, defense that is just unbelievable, especially with Parsons coming in. You have your other quarterbacks out there, the younger guys. You got your Penix, you got your the kid out of Minnesota that you just mentioned. So there's a lot of things that differ from the AFC to the NFC. The NFC has a lot of young quarterbacks, guys that are still up and coming. The AFC has guys that are, kind of peaking, right? They're really great. They've won MVPs. They've gone to Super Bowls. They've gone to AFC championships. That's not the same thing for the NFC.
Who's going to break that ceiling for the NFC? Who's going to be the quarterback we're talking about at the end of the year, or quarterbacks we're talking about at the end of the year in the NFC that have now, eclipsed that, what you call it, the group 2?
It's going to be a tough road for the guys that are in the North, just because they got to play against each other. The guys that come to mind, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, I think those guys have, if not the best chances. One
Jared
of.
Goff has peaked. You're not. You're
Did you
you're
find out?
seriously gonna.
Did you
You're
find
ser-
out
He's
what?
32. 32.
Boom. There you go. Done.
Yeah. Jared Goff has peaked. Uh, Jordan Love. I mean, yeah. Let's see how he does. He got paid last year.
You
Didn't
know,
play so well.
and I,
After that, but he got paid, and
I want
and
to.
he had all his weapons. He's got more weapons now.
I want to get away from talking about the Eagles because we it's a broken record at this point. We know they're good. We know
Yeah.
they won the Super Bowl. Like everything's going well for them. Yeehaw. Okay, whatever. Um, let's jump over to the what could have been, which is the Chiefs three-peat, and all the Swifties out there probably want to hear this. Um, they went to Brazil for their first game.
They did.
Um, and this one was pretty special. Did you catch this game?
Yeah, I watched it, all of it. Saw the hit Kelsey put on Xavier Worthy. Man, I don't know what he was thinking. Um, Xavier Worthy's brittle. Anyways, yeah. The you could tell the Chargers, they've been studying the Chiefs. Harbaugh, this is the game they've circled. These are since last year, since the schedule was released. This is the one they want. They want to send a message that they're going to challenge for that throne this year. Something happened in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs that we have not seen before. Their armor's cracked. The Eagles didn't just like beat them like in the fourth quarter. They just beat them before the first quarter whistle blew to start the game. That game was already over. And the Chiefs, their dynasty or lack there. I mean, how many championships did they win? 3?
They've won 3 total, yeah.
3 total, right? Not back to back to back. I mean, I think a dynasty's really considered a three-peat.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call them you can call them Chiefs a dynasty, whatever. Yeah, I think they're done. Unless they make some moves. They need to get back to what they used to do, and when Patrick Mahomes was statistically one of the best quarterbacks in the league, when he had a guy like Tyreek Hill. So I don't know. What did you take from it?
We just spent a few minutes talking about Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, all these guys in the AFC. The one that's overlooked right now is Justin Herbert. Herbert has all of the physical tools to do everything those guys do.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He's playing with, I believe, one of the quarterback whisperers of all time. One of the guys that I would want to run through a brick wall for in Jim Harbaugh. I think and this is a crazy take, I know, so mark this thing down. I think the Chargers have a better record than the Baltimore Ravens at the end of the season. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Harbaugh.
I think so. So I think the Chargers may be getting over to Highmark Stadium at the end of the season, and maybe they'll see them in the AFC Championship, or who knows, maybe the Chargers will be hosting. It could be pretty wild.
I was really impressed by Justin Herbert's scrambling ability in that game. Like, I knew he was top tier arm talent, but the plays he made on the run, that surprised me. Did not know he had that sort of capability.
Yeah, to end the game, that super cool smooth slide. It was. I was like playing in my head, smooth operator. It was cool, man.
It's honestly, it was so strange because it's like Herbert knew what Chris Jones was going to do. He was supposed to cover the end. Instead, he went inside, right?
Yep.
Which was not the play call on the D line, right?
Yep.
And it's like Herbert knew. He's like, let him through because I'm going to win this game on my legs.
Yep.
And he did.
He called his own number, and that's what it is. That's a difference that we've been talking about with how Buffalo had the game won because of Josh Allen. Lamar didn't get that opportunity
No.
because his team decided to punt the ball. Jim Harbaugh put the game in Justin Herbert's hands. The confidence that you instill in your quarterback early in the season pays dividends at
Yep.
the end of the season.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, end of the season, Chargers have a better record than the Ravens.
I could see the Chargers having a Detroit Lions type of year, like Lions had last year, right? Where they get the 1 or 2 seed, but they lose in the second round.
Yeah,
I could see that happen because playoffs are just different, and
it is.
I don't know. I don't think Justin Herbert's ever won a playoff game.
Not too sure. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
That's what I want to see from Herbert. I mean, I want to see how he does when it counts most, right? I mean, we kind of saw that against the Chiefs. Let's see if he can keep doing that throughout the year, because this is not going to be the only time he'll get the opportunity.
For sure.
I think it's time we discuss our 49ers and the Seahawks game. This is fun. This is like, blowouts are great, but watching these games as stressful as they can be as a fan, I think they're so fun when you actually win, right? And they did do just that. Bosa closed out that game with just brute strength, like literally just pushed the I guess is their right tackle straight into Sam Darnold. Did I say their right quarterback's name?
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
I always get Sam Darnold mixed up with Sam Bradford. I've done that like multiple times.
I
remember Bradford?
I haven't heard that name since Oklahoma.
Dude, yeah, I know. Sam, but yeah, it was insane.
I'm gonna take you back for a second here.
Sure.
When we were kids, who was the one quarterback that went in and beat the Legion of Boom, and we were like, this guy's the guy? Do you remember who it was?
It was Alex Smith.
It was Alex Smith, right? Okay.
Yeah, I remember watching that game. I was at Doghouse Grill
with
a couple of my buddies, and we had Arnaz Battle as either the first best receiver on the team or like the number 1 or number 2 at that time.
Yeah.
Arnaz Battle.
So
he made some big plays in that game.
That being said, after this game, did you know Brock Purdy is 4-0 in Seattle?
Yes.
6-1 overall against the Seahawks. That's pretty insane. Because we know the history. We know everybody knows how hard it is to play in Seattle. I mean, those fans actually created a earthquake on the Richter scale with one of Marshawn Lynch's runs in the playoffs against the Saints. Man, I was so freaking happy and proud of the way the guys fought. It felt like nothing was going their way other than the first drive. They drove 95 yards on their first drive of the 2025 NFL season. I mean, it was like, wow, we're back, right?
It reminded me of that meme that went around with Denzel Washington, and remember the Titans, Purdy's Denzel and Sam Darnold is the defensive or the middle linebacker, right? On the Titans. And he's like, you know who your daddy is, don't you? You know who your daddy is. 4-0. 4-0. Purdy. He got injured in this game and he still finished it out. Incredible.
It's just pure adrenaline. That's the thing about Brock Purdy that I can't get over, man. I mean, the guy lost his elbow, every ligament in it, but he knew in a playoff game, like his team had nobody else. They knocked out the other quarterback too. The Eagles did. He went back out there with his arm completely gone.
Yeah, he's just a gamer. They're calling him a gunslinger now. They're calling him a gunslinger. Some of these analysts I was listening to, forgot the name now. He was on Coward's podcast. Yeah, he is a gunslinger. Brock just likes to chuck it. I mean, he had 2 interceptions in this game. Gunslingers
Yeah,
tend to do that. They make risky
sure.
throws, but he made up for those throws. I
Yeah.
mean, it was an impressive game by Brock. Even when his confidence probably should have been shattered after those 2 interceptions, he just kept chucking, keep chucking, and guess what? They got it done. Um, there's some pretty significant injuries. So Purdy's going to be out potentially 2 to 5 weeks with turf toe. Kittle's going to be out with a hamstring injury. He's already on IR, so he'll miss 4 games for sure. Jennings seems to be okay after scans, so he's day to day. This is going to affect the 49ers, not having Purdy and not having Kittle. Mac Jones most likely will be taking over and starting that game against the Saints. What do you expect from Mac?
You know, I'm looking back at the 2021 NFL draft when the 49ers traded up to the third pick to take Trey Lance out of North Dakota State. Everybody in the NFL thought the 49ers were going to take Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Even, I think, 95% of the front office of the 49ers thought they were taking Mac Jones. Surprisingly enough, they didn't. And he goes on to play for the Patriots. In his first year, he comes in second in the AFC Rookie of the Year voting, makes it to a
Goes
Pro
to the Pro
Bowl,
Bowl. Yep.
makes Pro Bowl, right? Yeah. He does so much, and then he just has a terrible game, in Frankfurt, Germany, and you already know Bill's on the sideline giving him the look, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Is Mac Jones the woulda, coulda, shoulda? Are we gonna find out here? Could we have reset our team and not had those losing seasons prior to Brock Purdy coming in?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very, very curious. This is probably the biggest news in the NFL this week. I will be honest with you though, if any team could play with their backup quarterback out of the 32, it's the San Francisco 49ers. Mac
Absolutely.
Jones is a seasoned quarterback, a top draft pick, a guy who can translate. And
Yeah.
I think Mac Jones chose the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers chose Mac Jones.
Yeah. No, I agree. Mac Jones, I just remember his rookie year. He played well. I thought he was going to he's going to probably take that second year leap. Didn't happen. You can call him a journeyman now after, getting traded to the Jaguars and being the backup there. I think he played a game or two last year. I mean, Jaguars just sucked. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes with the 49ers. He's got a favorable matchup against the Saints and the Cardinals after that. So I think, being in Kyle's friendly quarterback offensive system where he doesn't need to really think too much, right? Just go out. First read's there. Go with that. If not, then the second read's there. It's easy, right?
Yeah.
So he's got all the talent in the world. Let's see if he can, put it together and get the 49ers a win.
Yeah, I think one of the best things going for them right now is that they have a new kicker, which it's very different. It's you wouldn't think in week 2 you'd be switching your kicker out, but I don't think there's one 49ers fan on the face of the earth that didn't want this change.
Yeah.
We got Eddie Pinheiro, who's actually in his 8th NFL season, which I was baffled by, but because I didn't know he's been in the league so long.
Yeah.
That being said, he's also statistically the 3rd most accurate kicker in NFL history, which you could take that with a grain of salt, I guess, because what's the past is the past. It's all about now. So I'm happy. I'm happy that they made this change. I don't want anybody to ever lose their job. That's not what I'm saying. I just feel like Jake Moody needed to move on, and the 49ers also needed to move on. So this was a divorce in the making.
Right. Yeah.
So, this is exciting on a bunch of different levels. In week 2 for the 49ers, you're going up against, a Saints team that their quarterback room is like a juggling contest. So Spencer Rattler, let's see if the 49ers can get after him this week. Mac Jones is going to be making his first start of the season, and he's got some cool weapons to play with. Christian McCaffrey looked really great in his first game back from injury. You got Juice out there, Jawan Jennings. They're
Hold
saying,
on. I got something to say.
Yep.
Mac Jones has a good week, throws for a couple touchdowns. How many of those analysts are going to come out and say he should be the starter?
Every single one of them.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
Why? Because he's a first-round pick, right? It's because he's a first-round pick.
Nobody believes in Brock Purdy other than the San Francisco 49ers faithful. The faithful, this is about you guys. The faithful are the ones that helped him, gave him the support, wanted him to become that franchise guy. The rest of the NFL, the rest of these analysts, everybody out there, the Mac Jones, they should have drafted him. If he comes in, let's say Brock Purdy's out for 4 games. Let's say he goes 4-0. These guys are going to be going nuts.
Yeah,
they're going to be going crazy out there.
Absolutely.
So, I'm happy for Mac Jones to have this opportunity, because the last couple quarterbacks that have come into the system that have played, they've done well. They've gotten contracts other places. Brock Purdy just signed one of the most lucrative deals in NFL history. He's not going anywhere. There's nothing that's going to change that. Brock Purdy, faithful, he's our quarterback.
Yeah. Purdy definitely will continue to be the quarterback, but that won't stop the analysts from, Coward and who's the former quarterback of the Giants, and now he's not Giants, his son.
Danny Dunn?
Sims.
Oh, Sims. Chris Sims. Chris Sims. Yeah,
Chris Sims. Yeah, he's notorious Purdy hater. So, yeah, I'm sure they're gonna have a field day with this. Yeah. Anyways, so let's see how that goes. I think we covered most of what we wanted to cover today.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great thing to be able to come back to. We apologize to everybody that we weren't back for a few months. There's been a lot of traveling and other things taking place. My brother and his family are now back on the West Coast. Thank goodness. We get to see one another way more often than we did when they were on the East Coast. So we do apologize for not being here for a while, but those faithful listeners, we appreciate you coming back, and the new ones coming in. Please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. We're on every single platform, and we're pretty excited to get back into this, and we're going to be back and better than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it. Cool. It's a wrap.
All right, guys. Everybody, Golden Bruise Podcast. Cheers.
See you later.